Well, you know by now that through the week I have projects that I kind of put together that are outside of the shop. And this week, I was pondering my cleaning up the back of the shop, trying to prepare to set these 10-foot tall logging wheel tires back there. And as you all know by now, it was kind of congested, so I did it down at a different spot. Well, in the process of cleaning out in the back of my shop where I would normally do it, I was a little frustrated by some of the debris that I have gathered up back there. And so I decided that that would be one of my projects that I would try to get done this week and perhaps before winter. So this week turned out to be pretty nice weather-wise, so I decided to do it. And as I was putting all these video clips together of that project, I found that some of my audio wasn't the best, so kind of apologies for that. But this is the project I'm going to do this week, is clean up behind the shop. Well, here in the back end of my shop, I have my shopping center, which is my scrap iron pile. I keep putting it back here, waiting for scrap iron prices to go back up. And they just don't seem like they do. They're staying around 4 cents a pound, $80 a ton. But I'm to the point I'm kind of tired of looking at it. These barrels are full to the hilt of stuff that comes off my welding table, my chop saw, scrap ends and pieces. And they weigh a bunch. I don't know if my little Bobcat will lift these up or not. I've got 3 here, I've got 1 inside the shop, and then all this loose scrap I'd like to throw in as well. I got a pretty fair load. I kind of thought I maybe would fill it up. I don't know what kind of weight we've got, but I'm sure we'll soon find out. I'm going to run this into Billings and see what we get. It'll be nice to have the hole over here cleaned out enough to where I can start collecting again. Well, this has helped a bunch to clear up some of this cluttered mess. It's been needing done for a number of years. I've probably been collecting for, I don't know, 10, 12 years. It just kind of grows, kind of like a fungus or a mold, isn't it, sometimes? So I ran this load into Billings this morning. I had an opportunity to use this dump trailer, and I'd never used one before, but by golly, it's pretty handy. I'm pretty impressed. So when I got there, the operator that does the magnet and sorting, he just kind of eyeballs the load and says, you know, you got a certain percentage of this and that and the other. Well, he graded it out in 3 different categories. The barbed wire went into a sheet metal category, and they gave me 4 cents a pound for that, and it had about 1,500 pounds is what he figured. And then the next 2 categories were an even split, and they were between 1,700 and 1,800 pounds apiece, and one was prepared and one was unprepared. Well, for the unprepared, they gave me 5 cents a pound, which is $100 a ton, and for the prepared, they gave me 6 cents a pound, which was $120 a ton. So, all said and done, I walked away with just over $250 for this load that was just shy of 5,000 pounds. So, all my scrap iron here ended up being maybe kind of a little worthwhile of hauling it in and cleaning up the mess. You know, I've mentioned in the past that people ask me if a project is worth it, and I always try to explain to them that I can tell you what it costs. The worth or value system is your own. Well, it's kind of like this here. I was holding on and holding off because I remember, you know, scrap at one time brought $200 a ton. So, well, you know, maybe it's going to come back up again. But my value system changed. I just got tired of the mess and think it just needs to go away. So, irregardless of what it brings, I'm going to get rid of it. When I got in there, I was actually pleasantly surprised that it brought a little more than I thought it would. You know, 250 bucks, 250 bucks. Anyway, that was my project for this weekend, kind of cleaning up a mess. Appreciate you following along.